It's Thursday morning. Welcome to the daily video blog. The week is rushing past, I have to say. I hope for everybody else as well. It seems frantic pace as usual. We have again a guest speaker today. It's Graham Wakeman from the Restore Hope charity that actually is quite near where I live in Latimer, down in the south of the county. And Graham will be talking about some of the work that Restore Hope is doing as part of this blog. Just before we go over to Graham, again, as usual, I just want to give a couple of key messages. One I really want to focus on is that today we have the meeting of the Cabinet of the new Buckinghamshire Council. Now, for most people watching, you'll sort of go, well, so what? What does that mean to me? Well, two things. First of all, we're announcing the name of what are called Cabinet members. It's a bit like the central government system where we have Cabinet members for particular services. So they will be in the public domain, and you'll know who you can write to if you have issues on particular areas of concern, be it waste, be it highways, planning or whatever, and they really should be your first point of call from now on. The second thing is we're going to be announcing and standing up what are called community boards. They were a key part of the business case for creating the new Buckinghamshire Council, and they are the forum, and there's 16 of them across the entire new geography of the council area. And they are the forum whereby local people can get in touch and discuss local issues, set local priorities that really are relevant to your own local area. There's something like £4 million devolved across those 16 community boards by the new council. So they do actually have spending power and can really do stuff. So what I would hope you would do, obviously on the new council website, you'll have details of those community boards. After today, the chairman of those boards will be announced. And if you have a local issue that you want to get discussed, get in touch with those chairmen and obviously make sure that you get your issue on their agenda and discuss locally where you live. So having said that, I'm now going to hand over to Graham, and Graham's going to talk to us about Restore Hope and some great work they're doing in partnership with the new Buckinghamshire Council. Graham, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Martin. My name's Graham Wakeman from Restore Hope, and up until the COVID-19 crisis, we were focused on supporting families that found themselves in difficult circumstances. We would invite them down here to the farm, and we would run all sorts of courses, activities, events. We were running mentoring support groups and lots of different activities to bring hope to people. And of course, we had to shut the site for the public access. And we wanted to play our part in supporting the people of Buckinghamshire. And we recognised that Chiltern Food Bank were doing an amazing job and have been for many years. And Dave Worrell there, the leader there, was a remarkable man. And we contacted him and said, can we help you in any way? And he graciously said yes. They have relatively small premises. And we managed to secure a warehouse, and we turned that into a distribution centre, a Hope distribution centre. And while we were waiting for the food to arrive, which I think had been stockpiled and put in everybody's larders, we managed to source about 7,000 Easter eggs. And things began to spiral. We had 100 volunteers apply to help. I think about 60 different community groups, 27 local churches got involved in helping us distribute these eggs out to people to really bless them at Easter time. And then we managed to source a lot of toys. And so we began to pack these boxes that we called the Kids' Big Boxes of Hope. And these have been distributed out through community partners right across the region and just brought smiles and joys to so many families. We've had the most amazing emails back from families that literally had nothing and didn't know how they were going to get through the lockdown. And then someone arrives on their doorstep with a big box of hope. So that's been amazing. And then we began to pack the food. So we packed about 1,200 boxes of emergency food provision for Chiltern Food Bank, which gives them an amazing backup supply for that. And all of this happened in the space of about 3 weeks, just by the sheer goodwill of people, the donations that came in. Buckinghamshire Council has supported us in a number of different areas, and we've been able to work together on it. So that's been amazing as well. And the project's been going so well that we've decided to expand what we do. And so as of next week, we'll be working with a series of community partners to source, pick, pack and distribute fresh food boxes. And we're looking to set up a referral scheme similar to how Food Bank do that currently, to get fresh food into the hands of people that have been impacted by COVID-19 crisis. We're also working in partnership with our own volunteers and some other professional caterers to create a new initiative called Dinner is Served, where we'll be distributing frozen meals to people's doorsteps free of charge through our referral partners. And I think the thing for us is that this is all crisis care, but Restore Hope really exists to train, inspire and equip people for their future to flourish. And so we're beginning to work out how do we transition out of crisis into what's clearly going to be a long-term challenge, and the impact of this is going to go on for 6, 9 months, probably 2 years. And so we are also converting a big part of our event field into a market garden, and we've dug up all the grass. People have been lending us machinery and volunteers have been helping. And now we're asking the general public if they would donate plants, vegetables, seeds, salad, plug plants, so that we can fill that garden, grow, and then supply that food to people. But longer term, that we can train and equip people how to grow that food themselves, and then how to cook with it. And then we will continue all of our longer term courses in parenting skills, in financial management, in personal development, and all of our schools work, as we just seek to bring as much hope to this community as we possibly can. So that's what we've been up to. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to Buckinghamshire Council, to the church leaders from across the region, and specifically to Chiltern Food Bank, to the Beacon School, to the Entertainer, and to Clerks of Amersham, and many, many other organisations that have made this possible. And a big, big thank you to our donors and our volunteers that have made that possible. We need to raise about £60,000 for this project. That's just to cover the costs. We're probably going to end up with a deficit of about £50,000 this year because all our funding streams have stopped. So we're applying for grants. We're still asking people if they can donate. To do that by going to www.restorehopelatimer.org/donate. That's www.restorehopelatimer.org/donate. And you can make a donation there, which will go to helping feed people across the region. That would be amazing. And if you've got plants that you can donate, we're open down here at Latimer every afternoon, 2 till 4 o'clock, to drop those plants in. But there's so much good work going across Buckinghamshire. There's lots of bad news, and people have lost loved ones, and there's so much sadness out there. But we're finding that there are people that are really making a difference. There's so many unheard stories, and hope is rising in homes right across Buckinghamshire, even as we speak. So thank you for your help with that. Over to you, Martin.
Thanks a lot, Graham. I think some quite inspiring messages in there. 2 things I picked up. One is about hope. And actually what's really apparent to me is at times like this, it can be really stressful. I mean, there's a lot of people who may be feeling anxious, stressed, possibly depressed because of the lockdown, the general economic situation, particularly people losing their jobs at the moment. We've seen all the layoffs potentially at British Airways and other companies. And I think the message of hope and that there can be a brighter future and we will get through this is really important. I mean, we will look back on this in years to come. And it will be a memory rather than hopefully a lingering legacy. So I think that's a really strong message. And just from a personal, much more mundane point of view, I think the idea of actually ensuring you build in fresh vegetables and fresh fruit into your diet is really important. I think it's really easy to get into a sort of cycle of just microwave meals because they're just convenient and easy from the supermarket. But I think the importance in terms of a balanced diet, again, is really important. So great messages from you, Graham. Thank you very much indeed. And just before I sign off, just to remind everybody, it's Thursday at 8 o'clock. We have our regular appointment to clap for carers. And I really appreciate the support that everybody's giving across the entire country, quite frankly, to our fantastic people in the NHS. But also linked into that, the care providers right across the country, including in Buckinghamshire, who do so much to support, particularly the elderly adults, but adults with particular different disabilities who really do need support. So see you tomorrow, and as always, stay safe, stay well. Goodbye.